Happy day, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, wherever you're at. I hope that you are doing well. And I appreciate you being here with me today. So, we are going to get into a subject that I'm pretty excited about, and it's how to teach other people how to treat us, right? I want to teach you, friend, family, folk, individual out there, peer, comrade, colleague. I want to treat you, I want to teach you how to treat me so that we can have a better relationship. Equally important so that I can have a better relationship with myself. And there's certain platforms that I want to share with you here so that you're able to take this. And then before we dive into it, though, I want to talk a little bit about why this is so important. It's important for us to teach other people how to treat us so that we find ourselves in supportive circles. I want you to think about your phone. Where's my phone at? Here it is. All right. Most of us have been in this situation. You get a text or you get a call. You look at it. You do one or two things, depending on who's in the other line. You get excited and you eagerly go at it, or you don't get excited. And often that second one, right, the secondary one, the later one, we don't get excited. It could be due to not having the best relationship with that individual. And if we dig a little bit deeper, it could be because maybe we're not treated in a way that we feel there's respect, that we feel that values who we are or sees us in the way that we want to be seen. And that's why it's so important for us to make sure that we take a step back. After all, this is your life, and you get to live your life the way that you want to live it, with happiness, with contentment, with excitement, with everything else you want in there. So it's important for us to acknowledge the importance, the importance of being able to take a step back and say, how can I teach you, the people in my circle, right? You guys remember the little activity? You have you in the middle, you got a circle around you, and then you got, your closest people to you, and the circle extends as those a little bit further away. How do you teach those people? Whether you want those to be the close people, the far away people, whoever they are, how do you teach them how to treat you so that the relationship can flourish? First place we want to look at is inside. We want to be able to look at the term self-awareness. When you think about self-awareness, think about, what are your values? What are your interests in life? What allows you to light up, to get excited? And then now that you have an idea of this, think about, and this is adding to the activity here, think about how you can just directly teach that to somebody else. Directly share with them how you want to be treated based on your interests, based on your values, based on your purpose, based on how you're living your life. So I'll give you an example of this, right? Let's say we got Sarah down the street, and Sarah shares, she says, for me, it's really important to have friends that check on me, because I value that. I value that integrity. I value that honesty. I value that support, that compassion. It's really important in my life. And if I got a friend in my life and they're going through some shit, right? They're not okay. I'm checking on them. And if they're doing okay, I'm still checking on them. It's important for me to have that. And Sarah's sharing this with me. She says, Juan, I want to share this with you. I want to share that this is important for me. And I want you to be in my life. And it's important that, you're aware of that so that you know how not doing it makes me feel and how doing it makes me feel. So what Sarah's doing in that moment is she's breaking bread with me, right? She's being vulnerable. She's being honest and authentic. And we voluntarily choose to be in a relationship. And I mean, heck, if we're voluntarily choosing to be in a relationship, we might as well open up and say, what do we want in this relationship? And not just sign up and get pulled along, right? Most of us know how that feels when we get pulled along in a relationship. It also doesn't feel too good. So let's kind of take that step back and say, hey, I want to be a stakeholder here. I want to be a leader within this relationship. So then Sarah is sharing with me what she's looking for. And what that does is it teaches me what to do. It teaches me how to treat her. So that, as weeks go by, months go by, and I notice that, let's say Sarah's not doing too well, I'm sending her a text. I'm checking up on her. I'm making sure that she's doing okay, that she's doing all right. Hopefully that one made sense there. That first one, how to teach other people how to treat us. Second one I want us to look at, is being able to reinforce the behaviors, the actions, the words that we're looking for when it comes to teaching other people how to treat us. Right, so we'll use an example here. Let's say that you and I are hanging out, right? And I noticed that you took time to congratulate me, right? I posted something on Facebook, and I posted that, maybe I wrote a book or wrote an article, something around that corner. And then, you put a comment on there and you say, hey, Juan, I really love the work that you're doing. And I love that you took time out to do this. And, some other words in there that I hit the brakes, right? I hit the brakes on the car. And then I share a conversation with you. I share how important that is for me to hear that, and how significant and how that affects, my mood, my interaction with you, my relationship with you, my friendship with you. I share how much I value it, and I do all of that to be able to make it shine. It's almost like when you're reading a book and you get the highlighter and you put a highlighter over those words, they stick out, don't they? And then what I'm doing is I'm sharing with you as my friend. I'm sharing that is what I'm looking for. And I add to it. I say, hey, that's why I value our friendship, because you went out of your way to do that. It's so important for me to know that you genuinely care about me on an authentic ground level. So then from your end, you're hearing that, and then you're connecting the dots and I'm connecting the dots, and then we are building a beautiful relationship. Right? So that's the second one when it comes to teaching other people how to treat us. The third one here that we're going to get into has to do with leading by example. So whenever we lead by example, that means you want to be able to look at how you want to be treated and how you want to treat other people. Right? So I want you to think about how you want to be treated. You want to be treated with kindness, with integrity, with showing up, with support, all of these variables. How do you want to be treated? And the way that you want to be treated, I want you to think about how to give that to somebody else. Those people that, you are voluntarily choosing to be in your life. And then what that does is it shows them that that's what you're looking for too. At the same time, what you're doing is you're taking time to give yourself the same treatment that you're looking for. So if you're kind of lost a little bit here, let's play around with an example. Let's say that one of the things I do in my life is I give myself work-life balance. I really engage in a healthy level of self-care. And then, you and I are hanging out. And you're like, hey, Juan, what's going on? And I said, oh, man, today I'm taking a little day of self-care. Just let my mind breathe. I'm out here in the canoe. I'm doing some fishing. The fish ain't biting, but it's all good. I'm just taking a step back from life, gathering things, grounding myself. I'm sharing something with you, aren't I? I'm sharing with you self-care. I'm sharing with you balance in life. I'm sharing with you my grounding strategy. And then what it's doing is it's teaching, or it's a moment of teaching. You're able to say, this is important to Juan. And then more than likely leave some sort of nugget there. Maybe next time, if there's a gift exchange or something, you may end up, getting me some sort of self-care gift or a fishing rod or something like that. Or ask, hey, can we go fishing together? So what that does again is it allows me, I know how I want to be treated. And I know that I'm going to treat you in the way that I want to be treated. I'm going to treat myself in the way that I want to be treated. It allows me to provide that leadership of example, and then for you to see that leadership of example and then follow suit, if you will. So those were key ones that I shared with you today. Ways that you can treat other people. Ways that you can teach other people to treat you in the way that you want to be treated. And there's so many more. These are just a couple of them out there. Let me know from your end, how do you teach other people how to treat you? And what do you think about the ones that we talked about today? Did you find them supportive? Did you find them helpful? If you haven't done so already, I would love if you would subscribe, join, share the channel with anybody out there. Check out the courses that we have here. All the links are below. Take care. Have an amazing day.